25 years ago, my fiancé Stephen Babineau was diagnosed with ALS and told to go home and prepare to die. So instead of us preparing for our wedding, we had to plan for our funeral. And we were devastated. We'd never even heard of this disease. We were encouraged to break up, but instead we bravely married and we started a family. We didn't have the life skills dealing with this pending death, and we relied on the ALS Society of Canada and Ontario to help us because we were impacted by this disease in so many ways, financially, physically, emotionally. My husband lived 9 years, not the 2 to 5. And I know deep down in my heart it's because he had a purpose. He was a father, he was a husband. And sadly, he did not live long enough to find a cure. But his dream was always that others would be helped, those that came after him. But here we are, we're 20 years later, almost 25 years later, and there's still no cure. ALS is a devastating disease. It's a lonely disease. And when I heard about this Ice Bucket challenge for ALS, and I watched online and I saw everyone doing it, I can't tell you how beautiful it was. And for me, it felt like a miracle to see that, to finally see the awareness being given to such a devastating disease. I want to share with you, in honor of my husband, his plea 20 years ago. It was videotaped. Please watch it. And please continue what you're doing, honoring ALS, sharing the message from the bottom of my heart and all the other families suffering with ALS. Thank you. Thank you so much. I remember the doctor came right out and said, it's a terminal illness, and he will die. We went around to find some literature. We found out he had 2.5 years to live. At that point, Stephen decided we should split up. But my choice was, let's just try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I didn't want to let go of him at that point. There was no way.
My wife and my child means everything to me. They are the whole reason why when I wake up every day, and I wonder if it is worth the fight or the struggle. They are the reason why it is worth it.
Stephen Babineau is fighting the battle of his life. 4 years ago, at the age of 33, he was diagnosed with ALS and told to prepare to die. Sharon and Stephen were stunned, but once the initial shock wore off, they chose to face their lives together, to marry and have a child.
Madison has brought great joy to my life. Her existence brings a sense of completeness. The cycle of life has been accomplished. She gives me reason to want to live, to fight this disease, and keep my sanity above it all. I want her to know how very wanted she is in my life and how much joy she has brought into it. That her father was not a quitter, and that he felt that there was always hope, and that she will be aware of the dignity and respect he had.
ALS is a disease of the nervous system. When the disease has run its full course, the patient is totally paralyzed. Mental anguish is often caused by a lively, unimpaired mind trapped in a totally immobilized body.
If you ever had anyone describe this disease to you, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's compared to being buried alive. Friends that know that Stephen is sick, they're scared to come. This is such a terrible disease. But if you spend an afternoon with our family, I mean, you'll laugh 100 times. we're normal, except Stephen's on wheels. You know, he goes a bit faster than us. It's not that bad.
Sharon means everything to me. We go through many frustrating times where most people would not survive. I often wonder, if the tables were turned, how far I could go.
I don't think Stephen realizes that how important and what an example he shows to me, and how I draw so much of my strength just from watching him and seeing how he copes. And to this day, I haven't fully accepted that one day Stephen will be gone. I can't. It's hard to imagine when you see someone fight so hard, do so well, overcome all the obstacles he has, to think that this disease will win it in the end. And that's one of the reasons we're fighting, because there is a cure out there.
Public awareness is an essential part of beating this disease. Knowing more can lessen fear of the disease and will enable people to live with disease and not just die with it.
We want this generation to be the one that finds the cure. I don't want to lose my husband to this disease if I can help it. And we're hoping public awareness and research, and you don't give up. You never know. Miracles do happen. Okay?